Waiting. Published? Does that mean we're live? I don't know. Mevo Plus. I'm streaming from it right now. You can see that's the camera. Is that what you're seeing? You're seeing the control. You control everything from iOS, Android device. I think it works with Android. If I tap, it's using a 4K sensor, and I'm streaming in 1080p in theory. And right now the audio is coming from, good question, is it coming, I think it's coming from the iPhone. You can plug in like a mixer or something to the iPhone. Let's see, let's tap here. Maybe it's coming from the Mevo, hard to tell. Eventually I'll get good audio in here and we'll go from the iPhone. It's weird that that doesn't have an iPhone or a microphone input. I thought that it did. I'm using the Boost. You probably can't see, but it's an extra attachment. And, oh, there we go. I got a hi. So I know I'm live streaming because someone just said hi. And the chat pops up here on the interface. Now with that 4K sensor, you can break that into a bunch of 720 maybe crops or maybe 1080. Not sure completely, but if I tap on my face, for example, it zooms in. And now I can pinch and zoom to make exactly the size that I want. And so now you're seeing essentially a different camera angle from one camera because the 4K sensor is being broken up into a bunch of different, well, you can crop in the sensor essentially. And I can make this look like a pan move there, slide it back and forth. I can make it look like a zoom by pinching. And if I just tap on my face again, it's a tight shot of my face. Now, I can direct a stream this way. So again, you're seeing a tight shot of my face. I'm going to zoom to make the composition a little bit better. Place myself in a different part of the screen. I'm not sure how that looks. There's 16 of you watching. Let's see if I tap on that. Will it tell me? Gives me some interesting information. Battery, 5.9 megabits a second. The time I've been. Hi from Puerto Rico. Hi from California. What is up? I'm trying to see what else I can see here. I can't see who's in the chat necessarily. Now I do have two angles. When you break it up into the grid, I've defined the angle you're seeing right now. I guess it's been defined as one of 9 preset positions. So I could direct the video from here. I could just tap on myself and that would be the wide. That didn't work. I maybe didn't set that up as a preset. So let's get out of here. And hey, Luis, what's up? VCG Construction. If I tap my face again, I get that cropped in shot. So a different camera angle is what it looks like. Big limitation is chat functionality. All right. Las Vegas Raiders report. Look at you getting in early. Nice job. Nice job. Be the authority. OBS? No, I'm using this. The Mevo and the iOS device, an iPad or an iPhone. That's all as how this whole thing is handled. In theory, I'm also recording 4K to the SD card in the unit that I could go in and hopefully later edit. And I don't know if it'll have the cuts or if it'll be just the raw file. I'll have to find out. I'm testing this out for work. This is not necessarily something I would buy for me, but I could be convinced. This is something that is set up, push the button, you could live stream or you can record a video that can be edited later. I'm trying to make it super easy for people at work, at my job, who don't necessarily do video. So trying to see if this is a solution. A little bit of a setup here, but I obviously would work with someone to set that up. Again, I don't know where the audio is coming from. The audio meter has some latency in the audio meter, so it makes it really hard to diagnose things. But let me tap on the Mevo here. Okay, so the audio, it seems like it's coming from the Mevo right now. I'm not sure how good it is. It's probably acceptable, but you can plug in an external audio source into your device, and it'll take that audio. I don't know how well that does with latency. So with streaming, it's probably fine because in theory, you're using this device to stream from your iOS device. I can plug in Ethernet to that too. I don't know, it's kind of confusing to be honest with you. I'll have to dig a little deeper. I obviously just set this up and started streaming with it. And I also want to test the record feature. So if I just tap again, I can go to the wide shot. When I got started on YouTube, you helped me so much setting up Canon 70D. Awesome. I'm glad that those videos are helpful. I really appreciate the feedback. So it's a really wide angle lens. As you can see on this shot, really wide. I would want to tighten this up. Let's see if I can just tighten it up like this. I can put myself over here. And my real composition would be probably more something like this, a little less headroom. And that's probably a shot that I'd be going for right there. Now it's cropped in on the sensor. Is the resolution going to be worse? I don't know. You do have some manual settings. It's coming from the Mevo, and it should have a mic port. It does not have a mic port, which I really thought it did. I got the boost as part of the kit. I thought the boost unit gave you an audio input. It does not. The audio input has to come from your device. It's really weird. Yeah, you can use a mixing board, but that mixing board has to go into your mobile device, right? Correct? Your iPad or iPhone, maybe Android, which is crazy to me. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. I've seen it work fine, but you know, with these newer phones, especially iPhone, you only have one port. So if you were using this, I guess it doesn't matter because you're not really using this port for anything. So I can put my audio in there. Mevo, how did I learn about Mevo? It's been a product for quite a while. And it's very interesting to put one little tiny camera on a stand, a tripod, and get a bunch of different shots. If you are doing something, you know, like an event where you want to get a bunch of different angles with one camera, this might be a cool option, and it makes it super easy to stream to YouTube, Vimeo, Periscope, probably a couple other services. Livestream as well. Livestream.com is the one who created this device, and this is sort of the most recent addition. Disappointed overall. Yeah, for me, like I said, this isn't something I would probably buy. The resolution is just not going to be what I would want, but for a dead simple solution, that's what I'm hoping for. Of course, you get any camcorder, put it on auto, and be done with it. I thought this would give us that plus a super simple live streaming option. I'm going to be running a theater at my job, at our conference, and it's going to be all recorded, either edited live, but also recorded that I can edit it later. This I might be able to set down on an LTE device and live stream as a bonus, like to Facebook Live or something. And I could cut angles if I wanted to. So that could be cool. So as I move my finger across the box here, the camera will pan as if like I was standing there operating a tripod. If I wanted to pan, oh, sorry. I don't know what happened there. You're going to see all kinds of zooming, but if I wanted to pan across, like on a tripod, I would just simply drag like that, and it would pan all around. We could do some tilting up and down. I assume that's working. But, you know, I'm interested to go look at YouTube. Let me go full wide again. At YouTube, and I got a little yellow box here. I don't know what that is. If it's focus, I'm in trouble, but most of the stuff's going to be in focus because of a small chip, so I'm not concerned. Don't know what the yellow box is. But I'm going to go see what this looks like on YouTube, and yeah, I just need to learn it so I can send it off and train someone else. Like I said, probably not something I would buy, but as a secondary option for live stream while you're doing something else, it might be cool because it does a lot of cool things. I guess my only hesitation would be resolution and maybe low light. But if you light it well, I'm in front of one softbox here. Did I put out a video? I think I put a video out on the Lightstorm. Then I got the aperture. And if you have good light, it's the key to most video. And if the resolution is good enough, and I could take control of the manual settings here. I could probably, my face is probably a little blown out, and I could adjust that exposure, but it's an option. I'm gonna go check it out, see what it's like. I was able to stream live to YouTube pretty simply. Obviously, you can do that from a phone, even easier, but this gives you a few more options. And hopefully it's recording 4K as well, that I could go in and edit that file if I wanted to separately. See you guys next time. We'll figure out how to stop this thing. Slide.
Camera angle from one camera.